live. Okay, we're going to go live here in the Facebook group and YouTube. And then we're going to go live here on the IG phone and TikTok. All right, let me see here. Let's go checking the connection for IG. We are live right now. Let's go live here on TikTok. Shut the doors. Jeez, I can't get rid of this cough. Had it all the way for a month. All right, so today is Thursday. Typically on Thursdays, we go live in our Facebook group, Sales Revolution, and our YouTube channel and LinkedIn. Sometimes we'll go live on IG and TikTok, not a lot. And we go live and we do about a 35-minute Q&A, all right? So I'm going to open it up. When you have a question, make sure you ask me, make sure you tell me what industry you're in. So if you sell insurance, or if you sell, B2B cybersecurity, or if you sell boats or cars, or you're a real estate agent, or you're network marketing, or let's say you sell high ticket or medical device or pharma, whatever you sell, tell me what you sell. Like, I sell in this industry and this is my question, because that allows me to internalize. Rip to the Queen. Yeah, I just saw that on the news here. That's crazy. Long live King Charles, right? Is that her son, I guess, the new king? She lived a good life, man, 96. That's crazy. But that gives me more clarity on what you're actually selling, so I understand kind of where you're coming from, your question, whether you do inbound leads, outbound leads, cold calling, all that kind of stuff, all right? So if you're brand new to the Facebook group, my name is Jeremy Miner. If you're brand new, follow me here on IG or TikTok. My name is Jeremy Miner. I'm the chairman and founder of Seventh Level. We're a sales training organization that trains salespeople exactly like you watching me right now. We're on YouTube. We're going live here on YouTube, the Facebook group Sales Revolution, the Facebook business page. Got 70,000 of you on that. LinkedIn, IG, got about 150,000 of you here on IG. TikTok, 40-some thousand. Love you guys over there too. So we're going live. So we're a company that trains salespeople exactly like you watching me right now. Okay, so we train sales executives like you, sales professionals like you. We train coaches, consultants like you, sales leadership management like you. We train business owners, entrepreneurs like you, and we train you and your teams how to, let's say, how to sell, how to transform your salespeople. Okay, if you're an individual, how to transform your sales. And actually learn techniques and, I would say, skilled questions that actually work with human behavior. We're not talking about manipulative questions or consultative questions that you might have learned from your company or some, guru from a book from 30 years ago. So we're teaching you techniques that work with human behavior. Those are called neuro-emotional persuasion questions. That stands for NEPQ. Now, we have to teach you the right tonality, right verbal pauses, when to probe, when to clarify, that trigger the prospect to want to go below the surface. Because you all know, if you can't get your prospect to go below the surface, if they stay surface level with you, what happens? I want to think it over. I need to keep looking around. I want to do more research. I want to get more quotes, and the sale's pretty much gone if you can't help them overcome those concerns. All right. So that's called the NEPQ. All right. We have to teach you the right tonality to get them to open up and engage and pull you in. That's where you start making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not more, in commissions as a sales professional. If you're a business owner, that's how you scale your company and double, triple your revenue and profit margins overnight. Now, you want to learn those type of skills like thousands of our clients are learning right now. Okay. I can assure you, we have clients that we are training, companies and individual salespeople in your industry watching me right now. We train 158 industries. According to Forbes, there are 158 industries worldwide. I actually thought there were more. There's subsets of those. We're in all of those. So we train salespeople in your industry that are probably making 3 to 5 to 7 or more times what you are. And it's not because they look cool or have cool hair or, they have huge calf muscles because they didn't skip leg day in the gym. It's simply because they have the right skills now. Okay, their prospects are opening up. They're not getting the rejection. They're not getting all the objections, and they're getting way more laydowns. Okay, so if you want to learn those same type of skills, message me directly right now. So if you're on TikTok, IG, the Facebook group, the Facebook business page, LinkedIn, message me directly right now. Okay, if you're on YouTube, post hashtag NEPQ. And either myself or someone on our team will message you back options you have if you want to learn those skills as well to make that much money. All right, now, if you're on the live right now, I want you to post hashtag live. And if you're on the replay, post hashtag replay. So if you're on live right now, post hashtag live. I see the questions coming in. I'm going to get to these. So if you're on the live right now, post hashtag live. And if you're on the replay, I want you to post hashtag replay. I also want you to smash the like button, and I want you to smash the heart button. So take your phone right now, okay? I want you to smash the heart button, and I want you to smash the like button several times. I better see hundreds of smashed hearts, IG and TikTok. I better see hundreds of smashed likes in the Facebook group, or I'm not going to answer these questions. Why would I? I'm just going to go golf. It's only 97 degrees today in Scottsdale. It's a nice cool day compared to the last couple of days. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so I'm going to go to TikTok for the first question here. Do you guys train in the freight broker industry? Yes, Isaiah Nurse too. We do. Like I said, we train, according to Forbes, we train every single industry on planet Earth, including your industry. I've personally written sales structures for your industry, and I've had companies quadruple their revenue and profit margins very quickly. So hopefully that answers your questions. Just message me directly if you want to learn about that. Okay. All right. I'm going to come up to, got a call with Yash later. Pumped to implement these NEPQ skills. Trevor, well done for you. Good job. You know, Yash used to be a former client. We don't hire anybody on our team unless they were one of our clients that tore it up in the industry they were selling in. And then we bring them into our team. And Yash came from, he was one of our clients. He's been working with us for probably about 4, 5, 6 months now. He's a savage, and you'll like him a lot. Tell him I said his hair looks really nice. All right. He's a big sticker on how his hair looks. All right. All right. Let's go here. Let's just start here on, I'm trying to look for some really good questions that I think would help everybody, no matter what industry you're in. Okay. So let me find you. And then I'm going to come over here to IG too, guys. Don't worry. I won't forget you guys. I'm going to come around to some of your questions here too. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Andrea, this is an interesting question coming from the Facebook group here, I think. I sell real estate services. Real estate services. So you're not a real estate agent, or do you mean like, do you sell like services to real estate agents to help them get more leads and more listings? Is that what you do? I'm assuming that you do. We train a ton of people in your space. That's why I'm asking. What do I say to a prospect client that tells me they're happy with their current service they're using? So just so you know, all of that training's in our virtual training platforms. All of that. We train exclusively on all that, all different scenarios that you're going to have with that. I'll give you a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre right now, because that's more than just a 2-minute answer. There's more to that. Okay, so I'm assuming you're calling outbound leads. Like I said, I need to know if you're calling outbound leads or inbound leads or cold calling, because depending on what you're doing there'd be tweaks to each of those. Okay, so if somebody said in the beginning, let's say that you're cold calling, I'm just going to throw something out because I don't know. Let's say if you're cold calling and the real estate agent's like, yeah, you know, we're kind of already happy with who we already have, but I appreciate your call. And they say that in the first 30 seconds. Your first job, Andrea, is to disarm the prospect, because if you cannot disarm them, to let their guard down, they're just not going to open up to you, and the call is going to be over very quickly. So when they're like, oh, hey, I appreciate the call, but we already used somebody that we're really not interested, or we're pretty happy. You simply say this: oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty normal. And just so you're aware, John, I'm not quite sure we could even help you yet. You know, we'd have to understand a little bit more about kind of, you know, like what type of results you're getting from those services now compared to maybe where you're wanting to be, just to see if we can, just to see if we can actually help you, because maybe you don't even need us. Are you opposed to having a conversation around this to see if we could possibly help? Now, when you say, are you opposed, people naturally want to say what on a cold call? No, they want to say no. So if you say, are you open? A lot of times on cold calls, people will just say no. But if I just reverse it and say, are you opposed to looking at something else to see if it could help? Most people are going to say, no, I'm not opposed. It's hard for them to say, yes, I'm opposed. Like, it's very hard psychologically on a cold call for a prospect to do that. So instead of saying, are you open on a cold call, you're saying, are you opposed? So let me repeat that. Oh, yeah, that's not a problem. And that's pretty normal. And just so you're aware, I'm not quite sure we could even help you yet. You pause 3 seconds. Okay. It's really important you slow down when you respond to that. If you're like, well, I'm not quite sure we can even help you yet, we'd have to understand, and you sound like a scripted robot, it's going to come across as a sales technique. It doesn't sound natural. Okay. Well, I'm not quite, just so you're aware, I'm not quite sure we could even help you yet. We'd have to understand a little bit more about what type of leads you're bringing in now, like the quality and the results you're getting from those leads, to see if there's any type of gap compared to where you're wanting to be. Because, at the end of the, to make sure we can actually help, because, maybe you don't even need us. Are you opposed to looking at something new? It's going to be very hard for most people to say yes. Well, okay, now I've got a few minutes. What do you got? Well, first of all, I really need to understand, walk me through, what are you doing now? And you're going to go into what's called your first situation questions. Now, Andrew, if you want to learn that whole process, because that's a little nibble I gave you, because you're going to need to know what to ask and say after that. If you want to learn those skills so you don't lose those sales that our clients make every day selling exactly what you are, message me directly right now. We have the training that will solve all that problem for you. You won't lose those sales unless you love losing sales, because you're going to call the same amount of leads, just saying. So if you want to keep those sales that our clients make who sell what you do, just message me directly right now. Okay. All right. Let's go over to IG. I know I saw a lot of questions here. I know you guys are getting cranky. You're like, he's not paying attention to me over here. IG, what's going on? Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Jeremy, how can I learn from you? Coach Sumit Sharma. Just message me directly. Coach Sumit Sharma, just message me directly. We have almost 25 different sales training programs. Once our team member understands what you're currently make, what type of commissions you're averaging per month, not your best month. You got to be honest with this. Okay. Till you're honest with yourself, we can't help you. We need to find out what really you make commission wise each month compared to what you want to make. Once we understand what that gap is, what you're saying, what you're not asking, that's causing you not to make this amount that our clients do that sell the same thing you are. Once we understand those details in your industry, because like I said, we train every industry now, we can recommend the training program, either virtual training or group trainings that we do for our clients, that is going to get you the quickest results the soonest. I'm talking about sometimes within a few days, if that's what you want. Okay. You don't have to sell more. You can always not sell more. Okay. Somebody said beauty, health and wellness, the GOAT, you're being too nice. How do I get past, I need more estimates in the construction industry? I think that's a really good question. The entrepreneurial dad. So we train a lot of people in your industry as well. Okay. A lot of home improvement people, construction, general contractors. And this is an objection you're going to get all the time if you're still using traditional sales techniques that trigger the prospect to not go below the surface with you. And when you ask questions and the prospect just gives you a couple of, 1 or 2 answers, they don't really open up. And at the end, what are they going to say 9 times out of 10? I want to think it over. Leave it with me. I want to sleep on it. Then you never hear back from them, right? Just be honest with yourselves. I need to do more research. I need to keep getting more quotes. I need to look at other companies or vendors. That is a downstream issue from your sales conversations and what you're saying and not asking, that's triggering your prospects to have uncertainty in their mind that you can really give them the result they actually want. That is a downstream issue. Once you fix that issue, once you learn how to fix it, because if you don't learn from somebody that knows how, you're never going to do that, right? You'll probably eliminate that objection by 75% of the time. Now, if you still get it, you just agree and say, yeah, that's not a problem. What are you hoping these other estimates from other companies are going to say? And then they're going to tell you, well, I'm just concerned about the money, or I'm hoping to see this, or it's not that I don't like what you guys have, but I'm hoping that somebody can provide me with more clarity on this. And you're going to find out their real concern, because saying I just want more estimates, that's not an objection. There's something behind that that's triggering them to say that to you, right? It's triggering them to have uncertainty, and they're going to go look at other estimates. When I was in sales, because I sold to companies, B2B, also B2C to prospects. And it's not like they knew I was the only that I worked for the only company that provided the services and products. I mean, they knew there were other companies and products that did that. And a lot of times in the beginning, they're like, oh, I'm not going to buy anything today. I've still got to look at other options. 30 minutes later, they were sending in the funds. Okay. They were talking, if it was B2B, they were talking to, the next decision maker, and I got them in the same room and they're talking to legal. And then 2 weeks later, the funds were coming in. If it was B2C, they were writing out a check, wiring the funds, invoicing, whatever. Okay. So it doesn't matter because I learned how to disarm them. You learn how to disarm them. You're not going to have that objection much. But if they do say that, you simply are going to say, yeah, that's not a problem. What are you hoping these other quotes are going to say? And then they're going to tell you the real objection. Okay. Now, if they come back and say, well, I just wanted the cheapest quote, then, so that's a downstream issues too, because your questioning didn't take them below the surface. So you got them to think price-based thinking, whereas we teach you to get them to think results-based thinking. And when you learn questioning skills and tonality skills to get your prospect thinking results-based thinking, they don't care about the cost. They'll gladly pay way more to get the result they want because they trust you and they feel like you alone understand their unique situation more than any other competitor. And that's why they will always pay you more, because they feel like you understand their unique situation the most. Because all these other salespeople competing are all cookie cutter, asking the same consultative questions going into their pitch, and it goes in one ear out the other. So you want to learn those skills? Message me directly right now on IG. You don't have to lose those sales that you are losing now because you're not understanding how to get them in results-based thinking. That's part of our virtual training program. Okay, 30 some hours plus all the group training that we do every single week with myself and our sales trainers. Okay, you don't have to lose those sales. We have salespeople in your industry that are probably making 5 times more than you are every single month, and it's not because they're just cool people, okay, or they're fat or skinny, or they're strong or weak. It's just because they know what to say and ask that triggers the prospect to want to engage. Okay, those are easy. Okay, let's come back over to the Facebook group. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, here's a good one from Facebook. Is it Keen Tay? I don't know how to pronounce your name. You have a really cool name. My mom and dad named me Jeremy. It was like people that were born in the late 70s and early 80s. Like everybody named them like Jeremy and Jeff and Jason and these like John, like boring freaking names. I don't know, at least where I live. I don't know in other parts of the country where people are getting named, but in the Midwest, everybody got the J names in the late 70s and early 80s. And I've been cursed with the J name. What am I going to do? I need the cool name. Hey, Jeremy, for aged old leads, would I use the cold call script or would I use a modified version of the regular NEPQ script? I sell Medicare, the leads are 30 to 90 days old. You'd use outbound leads. So you're calling an outbound lead. It's not a cold call. Cold call is like you taking a telephone book. I know they don't exist anymore, but if you can remember, if you're old enough when telephone books existed, you take a telephone book and you scroll through and you just call a random person or a random company. That's a cold call. They have no idea you're calling. They've never asked anybody to call. They've never filled out any information, request information. These people, because they responded within 30 to 90 days, they're more of an outbound lead. Outbound lead, somebody that has filled out a form, name, email, phone number. Now they know somebody is supposed to call. They just don't know who. Okay. So it's more outbound. All right. So you'd use more of the outbound call structure. It sounds like you're one of our clients. So you would not use the cold call sales structures in there that you're going through. You'd use the outbound for sure. 100%. Hopefully that answered your question. Okay, I think this is a really good question here. Somebody coming from the Facebook business page. I think it's Harvey Koo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name right. Would you say emotional selling would be different in other languages, Mandarin, Malay, etc.? I would say it's not, because we train salespeople. I mean, it's like 49 different countries right now. I think the last count. Somebody told me on our team a couple of months ago that we're almost up to 50 countries that we have clients in, including clients that actually speak Mandarin. Now, I'm not sure about Malay. I don't know that language. I'm assuming we do. I don't know. But we have, we've had clients that quite literally spoke Italian. I'm just going to throw it off. Like our chief revenue officer, okay, 3 years ago was one of our clients. And he went from making about 6, 7, 8 grand a month in commissions to making about 80 to 90 grand a month in commissions within a year. Okay. And in 2020 made a little bit over $1 million in straight commissions. The year before he made like 89,000 selling the same thing. Okay. Now, and we hired him the year later to become our chief revenue officer. He's a stallion. All right. If you ever get to meet with him, like one of the best human beings on planet Earth. Okay. Anyway, he works in our Sydney, Australia office. So anyways, when he started here, his English was, or when he started in sales, English was a second language. He spoke broken English, if that, because he spoke Italian. Okay. So how does somebody that speaks fluent Italian, that's from Italy, who speaks maybe 20% English, how could he sell? Once he learned NEPQ, how could he take that skill, even though he barely speaks English, and sell to English speaking leads? Because that's the company he worked for was in America. So 95% of leads he was calling were English speaking only. It's not like he was talking to Italian leads, rare. How would he do that? Okay. It's because of the tonality training we taught him. Okay. In the virtual training courses and our group training, that was a big key. And his questioning skills that we taught him, even though it was broken English, it triggered the prospect to become curious and open up. Okay. So it doesn't matter your language. If you are selling to a human being and that human being or company, which you're still selling to a human being, has problems and or emotional needs, and your solution solves those, then NEPQ will work in your country for what you sell. It does not matter at this point. It works everywhere. Okay. We train salespeople that speak Japanese, okay, Mandarin, Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese. Okay. I could go on and on and on. Swedish, Polish, everything you can think of, all over the world, every country. Okay. Almost. There might be a few countries we're not in yet, but I mean, eventually we'll get there. Okay. You're a legend. You're being too nice. Somebody paid you to say that. All right. Mark Burns, I did the training. It's great. What training program are you in, Mark? Are you in our advanced NEPQ 3.0, advanced inner circle? Or are you in like our beginning level NEPQ 2.0? What are you in? Trevor Taliash, I said hi. He's not in the office today. I think he's working from home. Let's see. Jason, what's your handicap? I plead the fifth. I'm not going to tell anybody what my handicap is. It's average at best. Just know that. Maybe if I ever meet you, I'll tell you my handicap in person. But there are 200 some people on this live in the different platforms we're on, and I'm not telling anybody what my damn handicap is. I'm sorry. I got to keep that to myself. Okay. What else do we got here? Let's go over to IG and TikTok. Then I'm going to come over to, I know we've got some LinkedIn here and Facebook ones as well. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see. Your post motivates me. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm glad they do. Selling wound dressings. How do we find problems? Okay, I need more details. How do I find problems with prospects in corporate gifting, as they are very less companies who have problems in this? Give me more details of what you mean by corporate gifting. I have an idea what you mean, but there's different variations of that. Let's see here. Yeah, hello. I'm in the window and door business. Yeah, so that's home improvement. We train thousands of salespeople in that space too. Almost every call gets in with how much. Hard to give quotes because so many options. I do not want to lose time going out to measure. Well, okay. So once again, envision windows and doors. It's because your questioning skills, you're probably asking very surface level questions. I know we train thousands of salespeople in your industry. So I've seen all your guys' scripts. They're very surface level consultative questions. Then you go into a sales pitch talking about all the features and benefits of the doors and windows. And then you give quotes, and most prospects say, well, I'm going to keep looking around. I still got to talk with other companies. And then, I need to do more research on this. And then if you do get the sale, they commoditize you and negotiate you way down. Am I right? I know I'm right, because we train lots of people. I've seen everybody's scripts from that industry. Seen way too many. They're really bad. Just being real with you. Okay. So it's because you're getting them in those type of scripts, you're getting them to think price-based thinking, once again, instead of results-based thinking. So our clients who sell what you do now, we have clients that make $100,000 a month in commissions in your industry now. I'm not kidding. When they started here, they were already doing good, maybe making 8 to 10 grand a month, but now they're making 50, 60, 80, 100 grand a month in commissions, selling the exact same windows and doors they were before. Shower equipment, everything. Okay. Kitchen cabinetry, all that stuff. Tile, same stuff. Doesn't matter. Okay. If you want to learn those skills, message me directly right now. You don't have to lose those sales that our clients who sell what you do make every single day. Okay. I can promise you are losing tons of money every single day because you just haven't been trained the right way. We can train you if that's what you want. Okay. So just message me directly. But you got to get them to think results. You got to get them to build a gap in their mind from where they are compared to where they want to be. Okay. What are their problems? higher utility bills because they have old windows, and so their air is going out in the summers and the cold drafts coming in the winters, depending on where you live. That's usually a problem. Sometimes there's other problems. Sometimes they have old windows in old houses, and they have chemicals on the paint and different things like that that chip off, that cause sickness. There's a lot of different problems. You can't tell them what their problems are. You learn to ask certain questions that we have for you, available for you, and for our clients, that trigger them to basically tell themselves what their problems are. And it builds a gap, massive gap, where all they care about is the end result. They don't really care about the cost. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helped you a little bit on that. Okay. Let's keep going here. Is humor, this is a good question. Biagio Triassi. Maybe you're Italian. I don't know. That's a cool name. You guys have all the cool names here. Is humor a great way to open door-to-door, avoid sales resistance from prospects to make a smoother process? Well, it's not like you can just knock on a door, because we train thousands of door-to-door salespeople too. That was my first job, was door-to-door sales. So I know it like the back of my hand as well. So 2 companies, B2C, 2 companies, B2B. So I know both pretty exclusively, plus all the companies we train now. So when you knock on the door, it's not like you can just like, hey, crack a joke and they're just going to laugh and be like, what do you got? Like, that's not going to work at all. Don't even try to do that. You just get the door slammed in your face. So when you knock on the door, okay, because I don't know what you sell, but let's say you sold solar or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. Okay. You knock on the door, you're standing about 4 to 6 feet back. You've got a clipboard here. You've got like a tape measure, because you don't want to look like a salesperson, because that's just going to trigger resistance. When my first job in door-to-door sales, I even bought like these construction orange vest and lime green vest. So when they knocked on the door, most people thought I was like a meter reader or some type of construction worker. So there was no resistance at all. If you knock on the door and you've got like your badge here and like a cool shirt and a really nice watch and some really cool shoes, you instantly look like a salesperson. It's not like they don't have other door-to-door salespeople come around every single day. So you automatically trigger resistance. And so right when they come to the door, the wall's already up. You don't want to compete against the wall. It's a lot harder. You want to make sure the wall never goes up. It's so much easier to sell when you know how to disarm the prospect where the wall of resistance never comes up. And most of your sales are laydowns. It becomes really easy. Okay. I don't know. I think some of you guys like to sell the hard way and beat your head against the wall and hope and pray it works out. I'd rather not do that. You don't have to do that. It's not very profitable to do that. I can tell you that. Okay. So when you knock on the door and they come, you're kind of like looking around, like you're confused. You're looking at, let's say if you sold solar, you might be looking at the roof, right? That have relevance in panels. So you're looking at the roof or whatever. If you sell pest control, maybe you're looking at the ground, the cracks, ants, the cockroaches coming out, whatever. It just depends on what you're selling. If you're selling alarms, maybe you're looking at some bushes over here where you put the yard sign for advertising, whatever you're doing. Okay. And when they come to the door, you've got the clipboard like you're writing on a survey, and they're like, yeah, how can I help you? Yeah. Are you guys the homeowners here? Yeah, we're the homeowners. What's going on? Now, why would I slow down? Why would I be like, hey, how you doing today? Are you guys the homeowners here? Yeah, we'll get to the point. What's going on? Well, I'm with XYZ company, and the reason why I stopped by your neighborhood, slam. We're not interested. Oh, we already had somebody talk to us about that. And instantly the wall of resistance goes up. Stop killing yourself. It's so easy once you learn NEPQ. I don't know why some of you guys just want to beat your head against the wall and hope and pray it's going to work out. Stop taking the hopium drug. Stop taking drugs, kids, if you want to be a top 1% earning salesperson. Any industry, doesn't matter. So when you knock on the door, if you do door to door, yeah, are you guys the homeowners here? See, what that does is, because I slow down, it triggers them to be like waiting on what I'm going to say. And because I'm in like a construction vest, I don't look like a salesperson. They're like, what's going on? I've got the meter reader, I've got the clipboard here. Just alone, that right there triggers them to let their guard down. Is it easier to sell when your prospects have their guard down? Or is it harder to sell if they have their guard up? I think all of you know the answer. You should know the answer by now. Good Lord. All right, let's go a few more questions here. Let's try to get somebody here on TikTok. I know you guys have been asking questions here. Do you guys, Daniel, Paul, do you guys have a formula to sell through one-on-one Zoom calls? How to open what question? Yes, Daniel. Good Lord. You know the answer to that. Just message me directly. 7th level. So Inc. magazine, we made the Inc. 5,000 fastest growing companies the last 2 years in a row. Okay. This year we ranked 391 fastest growing company in the United States out of over 6.3 million companies that applied. We're the 300 fastest growing company. They ranked us the #1 fastest growing sales training company. So yes, we have training for your industry. We train every single industry on planet Earth. I don't know what I'm supposed to say anymore. I love you. I'm just giving you hell. But yeah, so you'd want to message me directly. That would be in either our beginning level virtual training called NEPQ 2.0. Most of that's in our advanced NEPQ 3.0 plus group training. You want all of that. That's where you're going to learn the right questions to ask. It doesn't matter if you do inbound leads on Zoom, outbound leads, cold call, that's all in there. It's all in our virtual training course. It's like 30 some hours of training, not including our group training by myself and our sales trainers that show you how to tie in NEPQ to your specific industry. So hopefully that answers your question. Just message me directly. We can go through the details if you want. Let's see here. Coaching with Corey. Hi, Jeremy. Any tips selling personal training and closing? Well, first of all, I want you to stop using the words pitching because it's a mindset thing. Because when you're only thinking about, I got to get my pitch out, I got to close, I got to follow the ABCs of closing. That is what average salespeople do in our day and age. I know that's what you've been taught. It's not your fault. You've been forced to learn that way. Selling is not adversarial. Top salespeople do not view selling as adversarial. You against the prospect, trying to win them over, manipulate them, pressure them, pitch them your product or service. If you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year like our clients do who are in the same industry you are in right now, okay? I just literally talked to someone in our advanced inner circle program that literally went from $4,000 a month to $25,000 a month in commissions within 90 days from our training, who sells exactly what you do right now at a gym, okay? And is working less hours. He was working like 14 hours a day, now he works about 9, okay? You want to learn those skills, message me directly right now because you do not have to lose those sales that you are losing now that our clients are making who sell what you do, okay? Hopefully that helped you, my man. Okay, let's keep going over here. We got more questions here. I've got about 10 more minutes here, so let's see what we got here. Sales assessment call scheduled this afternoon with James, Todd Kirby. Tell James his hair looks really nice too. Everybody in the company likes to have nice hair. Okay, let's see what we have here. I sell dating coaching for men. Okay, interesting. We train a lot of people in your space too. How to talk to women, get matches online. How do I create urgency around this result? They're inbound leads and most of them have a hard time even saying they have an issue or don't see it as a priority in life. So, okay, first of all, I want you to think about this for a second. And I just see Facebook user on here because I think you're in the Facebook group. And it doesn't show who you are. So I don't know who you are, but I see the question, okay? So I want you to think about this for a second. This person has booked on your calendar. They saw some type of ad. They raised their hand. They went through the whole process, watched these little, sales funnels, booked on your calendar. They are raising their hand saying, help me. They would not take their time to book on the calendar if they didn't realize they had some type of problem. But it's what you're saying, it's what you're not asking that's triggering them to not make it a priority, even though they took the time to book on your calendar, okay? So selling dating for men is one of the easiest sales on planet Earth because these men cannot find the right women. And so they go through tons of rejection, right? They go out to the clubs, they go out to the bars, they go out to social events, they start talking to a woman they like, and because they don't know what to say, they don't know how to trigger engagement, they get rejected. Now, do you think that they want to change that? Yes, every male would, okay? So you gotta formulate your situation questions and you're connecting. Okay, so John, walk me through, like, what are you saying now? Like when you walk me through, let's say you go to a club, where do you like to meet women? Okay, at a club, let's just say they say that, I have no idea, okay? Okay, so when you walk up to a beautiful woman that you really want to meet, that you want to date, what are you actually saying to them? Walk me through, like, how are you trying to get that date? And they start to tell you. Okay, and how long have you been doing it that way? Okay, those are just basic situation questions. So you're helping them in the beginning find out what their current situation is. Okay, and doing it that way, like out of how many women do you typically talk to like on the weekend? And just be real with me. We're on the same team here. You're wanting to learn the right techniques to date beautiful women. And we're a company that teaches you those techniques like our other clients. So we're on the same team. How many women do you actually talk to on the weekend? About 6? Okay. And out of those 6, how many of those are actually taking your number and communicating with you, and you're going out on dates with me? And be real with me. Don't exaggerate. 0. Okay. Do you want to change that? Okay. That's right into your first problem awareness question. See the empathy in my voice, the concern. Okay. Not like, well, damn, dude, do you want to change that? See, that's mean, that's aggressive. So it's all how you're asking it. So, my advice, get into the training, get into the group training, like especially on advanced tonality that we have every week in advanced objection handling. And you're going to learn those skills because you have one of the easiest emotional sales, period. Because men are very emotional when it comes to getting rejected by women. Okay. Hopefully that helped you. All right. Let's see here. What else do we got? I'm going to keep going down. We got a bunch here. Let's see. I sell business class tickets. Can you give one example of NEPQ to qualify the client's budget? So you sell business class tickets for airlines, like if they're international, so they cost $3, $4, $5,000. Well, I guess it depends on where you're flying. I just went to Europe. It's only like $4,000 for each business class seat, first class. First of all, why would you need to qualify somebody financially about their budget to buy a ticket? Are they calling in or are you calling them? I need to know if you do inbound or outbound leads. Okay. Because it would be different depending on what you say there. Okay. Italians represent. I love that. Jason, because you work too much, unreal how driven you are when you're already financially set. You truly live what you do. Thank you very much. I retired in, 2017? And after about a year or so, got really bored and saw all these salespeople struggling online, buying into the old sales gurus techniques that I knew didn't work. I was like, you know what? If I sold the way those gurus teach, I would have made about 10% of what I made for sure. And I definitely would not be retired. So that kind of drove me to help you guys. So I actually really love doing it. That's why I keep doing it. You can tell us your handicap. Come on. I'm not telling you my handicap. No way. You couldn't pay me $50 million. I wouldn't tell you my handicap. Let's see. Life insurance sales. You said use outbound phone script when calling leads. Where is that script? It's in when you log into the virtual training center that you have access to, because you said you're an advanced NEPQ 3.0 members. I guess you just got started. Click on File Vault and then click underneath bonus material and then click on advanced outbound lead calling. And you'll see a structure, a formula for outbound leads and inbound leads. Now you have to plug in your specific industry. What you want to do is do your best on that and then take that to one of our group trainings each week with one of our sales trainers. And when it comes for Q&A time, just say, hey, I sell life insurance. What do you think about these situation questions? And they'll be like, yeah, that one's good, but you need to change this one to this one, and they'll help you tweak that. Now, if you get into the advanced inner circle, that's where myself and some of our like more even advanced sales trainers, we actually write out the sales structures with you in group trainings. All right. Because we already have all those. So advanced inner circle members actually get all those scripts that are already for your industry, because we have scripts for every industry on planet Earth at this point that we've written. Okay. So they're already back there. Jeremy, don't sound old. Well, there you go. Let's see here. What else do we got here? When does your quality training start? Can't wait to sign up. Well, I think they gave you guys a deal for, if you're a quality member, they gave you some type of deal. You probably want to take advantage of that because that's almost over, or you can get into our virtual training. I think that's over this weekend. I can't remember. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, from YouTube, Ryan, thank you. What is your best tip for a fast talker to be able to develop a slower tonality when speaking with prospects? You just have to practice. You have to rehearse. So if you're a fast talker naturally, that usually means you're more of an extrovert. So you've got introverts, extroverts, and then you got, I think it's called ambivert. I'm an ambivert. I'm right in the middle. I can quite literally go and do a keynote for 8,000 people and love it, and then go to dinner with like 3 of them and not say a word the whole night. I can do both. Okay. It's weird. I know. I can also throw left-handed and right-handed. I don't know what's going on. I was blessed with a few skills from God, throwing with both hands and being in the middle. I don't know. But it's like let me give you an example. It's like you're an actor or actress. Okay. So what does your favorite actor or actress do? Let's say your favorite actor is George Clooney and your favorite actress is, Julia Roberts. There you go. Julia Roberts. Let's just say that. Okay. So those are your favorite actor, actress. When they go in and rehearse to get a role, they don't sit there and read the script. They already memorized their lines. And because they memorize their lines, they make them sound what? Natural. Because if they sound scripted, they would never get the part. Okay. So when you watch the movies of George Clooney, Scarlett Johansson, any of your favorite actors or actresses, almost every single word they say is what? 100% scripted. But does it sound scripted? No, it sounds natural. You don't even look at them as Julia Roberts or as George Clooney. You view them in that movie as the character they are playing. And the reason why you do is because it sounds natural. They become that person. So as a sales professional, if you want to take your career seriously, if you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or more, you have to do the same thing. You have to memorize your lines and you have to know where to go with each question. Anytime they say anything, you know exactly what to say and ask next. If you don't, you are winging it and you're losing tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, because you haven't learned those skills. You're probably losing at least $100,000 a year or more in commissions that our clients make who sell exactly what you are. Probably not. You're probably losing more. So you have to really rehearse. So Ryan, you just have to rehearse that, and you have to rehearse on slowing down. If you're one of our clients, we teach you all of that in our virtual training platform, especially our advanced NEPQ 3.0. We have specialized group training calls each week where our trainers teach you advanced tonality and advanced verbal pausing along with our virtual training platform. So if you want to learn those skills so you don't lose those sales, so you learn how to slow down with your tonality, because if you talk fast, your prospects, all they interpret that is you're nervous and you have anxiety and you're needy. So it triggers fight or flight mode in them. And you're losing tons of sales that our clients would be making. You learn the tonality that we teach, you won't have that problem. So just on YouTube, post hashtag NEPQ. Better off just join our free Facebook group so you can message us in there. That's www.salesrevolution.pro. So our free Facebook group, we have about 30,000 people in there now. So just www.salesrevolution.pro and just message me directly once you get in there. Either me or someone in our team will message you back with some options. Okay, folks, I love you. Hey, Val, what's up? I would definitely answer more questions, but I have a meeting right now. Okay. I will see you guys next week. Now, hey, we just gave you a little hors d'oeuvres on those questions. There was probably another 100 questions that everybody had I couldn't get to. I apologize. All right. You want to learn those advanced skills? Make sure you message me directly. Okay. You want to be like our clients who sell what you are. Let's just say you want to start making your first 10 grand a month in commissions every month, or you want to make 15 grand a month in commissions in your industry, or 20 grand a month in commissions, maybe even 25. Okay. Let's say you're already at 25 and you want to start making 30 or 40 or 50 or 60,000 plus a month in commissions in your industry. I can assure you we are training salespeople that are making more than that in your industry right now. And that's available for you once you learn the right skills. So if you're on TikTok and IG, LinkedIn, the Facebook group, or the Facebook business page, message me directly right now. If you're on YouTube, post hashtag NEPQ. If you can't figure out how to message me directly in the DMs, just post hashtag NEPQ in the comment section, and either myself or someone on our team, they'll say, hey, I'm with Jeremy Miner's team, 7th level, we'll message you back training options. You'll be able to book a call with one of our team members. We have tons of them who were in your spot 2 to 3 years ago. They were clients of ours who went through the training, crushed it in their industries, and then wanted to work for us. So you can ask them any questions. Once they find out what you're making now, commissions compared to what you want to make, okay, what industry you're in, once they know more details, because it's impossible for us to know all the details in DMs, okay, they'll recommend the training courses we have and group trainings we have. That's going to give you the biggest result the quickest. Okay. All right, everybody. We love you guys. We'll be back here in the Facebook group to go live next Tuesday. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, Val, do you mind posting that in here, the Facebook group join link here on TikTok and IG. Val will post that in there for you, and you guys can join the free Facebook group. We mainly go live in our Facebook group. Okay, we give you little nibbles, little like hors d'oeuvres, which is like 0.00001% of our training our clients go through. It's like nothing. So anyways, love you guys. See you soon, and I'll see you next week. I got to catch my flight. Okay, IG, same